Hey people, COVID-19, WHO renames deadly coronavirus. Global Health Agency says a name picked to avoid references to specific location, animal species or group of people. Why is my mouse not working? The World Health Organization has announced that COVID-19 will now be the official name of the deadly virus from China, saying the disease represented a very grave threat for the world, but there was a realistic chance of stopping it. We now have a name for the disease, and it's COVID-19. The announcement came as the death toll in mainland China has now reached more than 1,000 after 108 people died from the virus on Monday, highest daily toll since the outbreak began late last year in central Chinese city of Wuhan. Said the name had been chosen to avoid references to a specific geographical location, animal species, or group of people in line with international recommendations for naming aimed at preventing stigmatization. So from there, we have a look at this. They've been playing around this this particular virus for a very long time. A very long time, people. This is not new. This is not new. We can see here worldwide 2004, 2000 applications, 2003, 2004, 2007, and then it expired. Okay, but let's have a look at something else. I mean, here's another one. Okay. July 23rd, 2015. The coronavirus may be used as a vaccine for treating and or preventing a disease such as infectious bronchitis in a subject. The present invention relates to an attenuated coronavirus comprising a variant replicase gene which causes the virus to have reduced pathogenicity. The present invention also relates to the use of such a coronavirus in a vaccine to prevent and or treat a disease. So they've actually been using this. They've already obviously been injecting people because it's a vaccine to treat infectious bronchitis. I mean, this is back in 2015. Are you telling me they haven't used it? Then we go here. I mean, this is all playing with it, you know? All playing with it. Coronavirus isolated from humans. There's your patent number. Government of the United States of America, 2007, 14, 18. I mean, this shit just continues, folks. It just continues, okay? But then if you have a look at this one, okay, because initially, hang on, let me see if I can take you back. Initially, it was on here, okay? So I'm looking at this stuff, all right? I'm looking at this stuff, and this is all different countries here, okay? So I go to Australia because I wanted to see. This is back 2015, okay? Back 2015. Priority to GB, I'm assuming Great Britain. 15 application filed by Pirbright Institute. 2015, priority to PCT, Great Britain. 2016, publication of 2020, 13th of February, application status is pending. That's for Australia. This is all for the same thing, people. Okay? This one here is Canada. Application status is pending. When was it put in? 2015. Application filed by Keep, Sarah, the Pirbright Institute, yada yada. They've been playing with this shit for a long time. It would not surprise me at all if they've already used this and somehow it fucked them over. Hang on, but it gets better. You know how I always say that there is something deeper, okay? You got to look deeper. Why? Why would shit happen, okay? Because that's just the time we live in, all right? China threatens Pacific stability. US commander warns, citing military intimidation and outright corruption. Admiral Philip Davidson said Communist Party seeks to control the flow of trade, finance, communications, politics and the way of life in the Indo-Pacific. Davidson made his remarks while visiting Australia, which has launched a US $2 billion fund to offer Pacific countries grants, cheap loans for infrastructure. Personally, the dude looks like he's on something. Yeah, not a good look, mate. But anyway, let's keep reading. China is threatening the sovereignty of small Pacific islands and undermining the region's stability, a top US military commander said on Thursday in comments likely to inflame tension with China. US-China relations improved in January with the signing of a trade deal that diffused an 18-month row that has hit global growth, but strains remain. Admiral Philip Davidson, commander of the US Indo-Pacific Command, said the United States was all in to counter China in the Pacific, citing its excessive territorial claims, debt trap policy, diplomacy, violations of international agreements, theft of international property, military intimidation, and outright corruption. Communist Party of China seeks to control the flow of trade, finance, communication, politics and the way of life in the Indo-Pacific, Davidson said in a speech in Sydney. The Chinese embassy in Australia did not immediately respond to a request for comment. China has in the past rejected accusations of aggressive behaviour and of luring small economies into debt traps. China has been more active in the resource-rich Pacific in recent years, seeking to extend influence with aid and encouraging countries away from diplomatic ties with Taiwan, which China regards as renegade province with not right to states. China's increasing assertiveness. It's alright, I don't feel too well, people. Shut up. China's increasing assertiveness in the energy-rich South China Sea, in particular, has raised US and regional concerns. China claims most of the South China Sea, through which some US $3.4 trillion in shipping passes each year. Countries including Malaysia, Philippines, Vietnam and Brunei have overlapping claims to parts of the sea. Who would be most at a loss if China took control of all of that? Through which sum US $3.4 trillion in shipping passes each year. So now what we're looking at, okay, because I thought, okay, what else is going on? Because somebody's obviously pissed at China, okay, and we know who that is, who would have most to lose. Like I always say to you people, look further, okay? So I did. I came over here and I was looking at this. That story came out, okay, 3 hours ago. Prior to that, I see this. Trump says ending Philippines' military pact will save a lot of money. Duterte move to end visiting forces agreement could complicate US military interests in broader Asia-Pacific region as China's ambitions rise. Then we have, with China distracted, now's the time for Trump to act on North Korea. The games that are being played at the useless eater's expense. It's truly sad. Truly sad. And I'm sure if you look around, you will find a whole heap more on this particular topic. But this is just another way. This story here, it's the same as the one that I was just reading to you. Hang on. I don't know why my mouse is not wanting to work. Davidson's comments came at the end of a visit to old ally Australia, which includes talks with Prime Minister Scott Morrison. Stop poking the tiger. You want to poke the tiger, you're going to get bit. Australia, which long enjoyed unrivaled influence in the Pacific, has in recent years been more assertive in maintaining its standing in the region. 2018, it launched a $3 billion fund to offer Pacific countries grants and cheap loans for infrastructure. While vying for influence in the Pacific, Australia and China have also argued over Chinese activities in Australia. Has the US already lost the battle for the South China Sea? I mean, seriously, people, just have a look. China's great friendship with Micronesia leaves US with strategic headache. You know, I mean, there's another one here. Coronavirus spreads anti-Chinese racism through Asia like a disease. US partners buying arms from Russia. China could be hit with sanctions. I mean, seriously. They don't care, folks. They don't care. They don't care if they've got to knock a few of yous off to distract someplace, which hence they are. Like I said, just because it was reported there doesn't mean it started there. You just don't know. They've all been playing with this shit for a long time. Somebody's not towing the line. Somebody's pissing somebody off. Duterte eyes Russian arms after axing US-Philippine Defense Pact. You know, there's always another side to this. There's always an agenda behind all of this. You've got to look deeper, people. This is not just some virus that popped its head up all of a sudden. It's been around for ages. If it's for bronchitis, they've been using it for bronchitis, going by the dates as to when they were actually playing with it, when they created this so-called vaccine that they can use against bronchitis. Look deeper, people. Always look deeper.